Live look outside. We've got plenty of cloud cover from our tower camera here at KPRC Studios. Storm Tracker 2 not seeing a few light sprinkles out there in central Liberty County. This is going to be happening every single day. Nothing heavy, but about a 5 to 10% chance of an isolated sprinkle. If you get it, consider yourself one of the lucky ones because most of us are going to be staying completely dry. Temperature-wise, heating up much more efficiently than yesterday, already at 84 degrees here in Houston. 85 out in Columbus with winds steadily coming in from the coast. That's keeping us warm and humid. Temperatures staying in the mid to upper 80s this afternoon before we cool down into a quiet night ahead. Now, over the next 3 days, we are going to see a tremendous amount of change. Tomorrow, very similar to today, really a copy paste. 86, lots of humidity, heat index near 90. For Saturday, a cold front is going to bring heavy thunderstorm chances. That's going to bring a dramatic drop in temperatures for Sunday. But Brittany, Andy, I've got much more on our storm timeline coming up. Into the evening, you're going to need to 10, but most of the Houston metro is included in this risk. That's because we have the possibility of seeing very heavy downpours. Timeline is going to show through the day on Friday, staying quiet, humid and warm, just like today. As we head into Friday evening, you'll start to see that cold front moving across the state by Friday morning, bringing showers and storms to our friends up in Dallas, Fort Worth. By 10 a.m. here in Houston, I still think we're going to be mostly quiet. You may start to feel those winds picking up from the coast. Our front starts to move in by the afternoon, and really after 2 p.m., I'm expecting scattered showers and thunderstorms both ahead of the front and along the cold front. You can see 3 p.m. heavier thunderstorms pushing in behind the front. By 5 o'clock, still seeing the possibility of those frequent lightning strikes and heavy downpours, and that's going to be sticking around through the evening hours. Really, 4 p.m. through midnight is going to be your greatest chance of seeing the showers. Once we head into Sunday morning, we do have the possibility of a few lingering light rain showers, nothing like what we're expecting Saturday night. And then we're going to be drying out as we head into the day on Sunday. Now, we do have some huge changes coming. Not only is it the rain, but it's also going to be degrees. I'm expecting the sun to come out, and we're also going to see a huge drop in humidity. Take a look at this. Humidity values are going to be very high as we're on Sunday, but then once we get towards lunchtime on Sunday, we'll see those humidity values quickly drop off. That's going to allow for much more comfortable conditions, cool, crisp, beautiful hair day as well. High temperatures aren't a huge change. Over the last week, we saw meaningful rainfall in North Harris County, and this has made a huge difference. The update saw extreme drought drop by about 20%. That's why conditions are starting to look better, but I want to stress that orange color. We still have over 80% of Southeast Texas considered underneath a severe drought. So we need to continue to see more rainfall. Thankfully, we've got rainfall. The temperatures are toasty in the 80s, but we're seeing such high humidity that it's starting to feel just a touch warmer. A live look outside will show you that the camera is shaking just a tad. That's because we've got steady winds coming in from the coast and even a few light sprinkles out there. You can see them just to the south of Cleveland near Roman Forest. These are just producing very isolated light showers, but so far nothing very impactful, and we're not expecting anything heavier than this. Otherwise, one of the hottest days we've seen so far this year. Right now it's 88 in Katy, 87 out in Tomball, 85 here in Houston with high humidity and winds coming in from the coast, sustained about 10 to 15, gusting up to 25. That's keeping us mild and muggy as we go through the next several hours. You'll see temperatures slow to cool down tonight. In fact, only dropping through the 70s. That means tomorrow nearly a rinse and repeat of what we've been seeing today and the past several days. Will be partly cloudy skies, temperatures warming into the mid 80s. You can see once we get to Saturday, this is when all the changes start to move in. We've got a 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms as a cold front moves through. That's going to bring with it a dramatic drop in temperatures. But first, we're going to have to deal with a flood threat. Andy, I'm going to time out those storms on Saturday, hour by hour, in just a few minutes.
With the humidity, and now we're even talking about feels like heat indices out there.
It's something we talk about usually during the summertime.
Right.
I mean, tomorrow we're going to be feeling like it's 90. Drier air is going to be moving in. Our flash flood risk for Saturday has greatly reduced. Take a look at this. The Weather Prediction Center just updating this. You'll notice not as much of the area included. However, it's important that everybody take precaution because it is possible we can see heavy downpours that could lead to flash flooding. Let's talk about that timeline because that hours ahead of the front. I think after 2 p.m. is when our shower and storm chances really ramp up with our highest likelihood from 4 p.m. through 10 p.m. in the evening. You can see that front pushing through. We've got heavy thunderstorms behind it, frequent lightning strikes possible in addition to intense tropical downpours. By 7 o'clock, we're continuing to see that rainfall as it pushes towards the coast. Now, I do think the overnight hours, this is mainly going to be moderate to light rain showers. A few of these could be lingering into Sunday morning. You can see some showers possible, especially for our friends south of I-10 before we finally dry out by Sunday afternoon. And let me tell you, Sunday afternoon looks spectacular. Low humidity, sunshine, highs in the 70s. But before we get there, Saturday, Ironman, Texas, heavily impacted, especially for those hour 8 and later during the race. You can see to start, cloudy, comfortable, humid in the 70s, winds from the south. Once we get to 2 o'clock, rain chances increase. Winds are going to pick up weekend. For now, though, it's starting to fit a lot more summery outside. A live look outside, you can see a mix of sunshine and cloud cover. I want to show you our heat index, though. This is a combination of our temperatures and our humidity values. And this is a big deal because for the first time this year, we really have a reason to talk about it. Right now, for our friends in Washington County, it feels like 93, feels like 90 here in Houston. So it is a warm one, despite the actual temperatures reading in the mid 80s. As for our winds, they've been coming in from the coast, sustained about 15 miles per hour, gusting up to 25. This has been increasing our humidity, which is why it is mild and muggy through this evening. Temperatures only dropping through the 70s. Quiet today, quiet tomorrow, but Saturday is going to be the day to watch. We are tracking a cold front that's going to bring showers and thunderstorms, especially Saturday evening into very early Sunday morning. This is bringing the threat of strong wind gusts in addition to heavy downpours that could lead to street flooding. Joel, Lisa, I'll have more on that storm timeline. Huge changes are coming for the weekend. Tomorrow, a rinse and repeat. It's going to be Saturday. That's the day to watch. We are expecting a cold front to sweep through. That'll bring a huge drop in temperatures and humidity for Sunday, but unfortunately, it's also going to bring with it a flood threat with the possibility of some very heavy thunderstorms. Now, thankfully, that flood threat has been shrinking in size. The Weather Prediction Center scaling it back, pushing it further north. But really, with any thunderstorms, it is possible to get isolated street flooding if we get a quick inch or two of rainfall. So let me show you what that looks like on our future track. Starting off our day on Friday, no problems. Friday is going to be really similar to what we've been dealing with today before that cold front starts to sweep across the state. That's going to start by bringing showers and thunderstorms to our friends up at DFW before it continues to push into southeast Texas. Now that front pushing in from the northwest, advancing towards the coast by 10 a.m. on Saturday, still expecting us to be mostly dry. Once we get to 2 o'clock, we'll start to see some prefrontal showers with thunderstorm chances increasing, especially by 3 to 4 p.m. You can see at 5 o'clock, we've got thunderstorms along this cold front through the Houston area, and those storms will continue into the evening hours. In fact, it's possible we can continue to see some of those moderate downpours even into Sunday morning, which means roads can be a bit wet to start off our Sunday. Those rain showers should be tapering off by the middle of the day on Sunday, and then cool, dry air ushers in. But on Saturday for the Ironman and the Woodlands, we are going to have some pretty huge impacts. For the morning swim, no problems. Cloudy, winds from the south at 5 miles per hour. It's not until about 8 hours into the race that you'll start to see winds pick up, and then our shower and thunderstorm chances are going to be increasing. By 6 o'clock, that cold front will have passed through. At this moment, winds have shifted. Now they're coming in from the north. 15 miles per hour, gusting 20 to 25. That is going to be exhausting for the run. Southeast Texas, I want to start by showing you a live look from Galveston where you can see puffy cumulus clouds overhead. It is muggy out there. Actual air temperature sitting in the mid 80s, 87 in Brenham, 84 out at Hobby Airport. This is actual air temperature, but factor in the humidity. And a lot of us actually feeling like the 90s. We're starting to talk about heat index. This is something we talk about a tremendous amount during the summertime. And it's already back. It feels like 90 in Huntsville, 91 in Brenham, 90 degrees in Katy. So please be careful. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water as we go through the rest of this evening. Mild and muggy temperatures, slow to cool down, only dropping through the 70s. Now, as we go through the next 3 days, we are going to be seeing a tremendous amount of change. Tomorrow, our final copy, paste, rinse and repeat day. Warm, humid, highs in the 80s, heat index right around 90. As we look ahead to Saturday, this is where all of the changes come in. This is when we're tracking a cold front. That's going to bring showers and thunderstorms. And then the payoff, Sunday, 72, low humidity. But Lisa, Joel, more on that storm timeline comes Saturday. Saturday is going to bring with it a cold front and the potential for some pretty hefty thunderstorms, especially Saturday in the evening. Now, we do have a flash flood risk. You'll notice, especially for areas to the north of Houston. But I want to stress, anytime we have this much humidity and tropical moisture in place, when we're tracking thunderstorm chances, we do have the possibility of quick isolated street flooding. Because of this, everybody needs to be weather aware. And if you're planning out your weekend, plan for extra time for any sort of driving or commuting, because whenever there's rainfall, our roads can get a bit messy. A cold front's going to start to move through the state early Saturday morning, passing through the Dallas-Fort Worth area by 5 a.m. on Saturday, pushing in from the northwest, advancing towards the coast. You can see 10 a.m. still dry here in Houston. If you have Saturday morning plans, I actually think you're going to be totally fine. Warm, muggy, no problems. Once we get towards 2 o'clock, that's when we'll start to see showers and thunderstorms as that front races through. You're also going to see a dramatic wind shift. Behind the front, winds are gusty from the north, and you can see storm chances really ramping up from 4 p.m. through 10 p.m. Frequent lightning strikes are possible in addition to heavy downpours. You can see as we head through the early morning hours on Sunday, most of these downpours start to fizzle out. Maybe a few lingering light rain showers early Sunday morning, but then the dry air funnels in, and I think by Sunday afternoon, sunshine and 70s. That means for Fleet Week this weekend, Saturday's a bit rough, but by Sunday, mild, dry, low humidity, and those nice temperatures sticking around